All right, YouTube, Repo Man 64. On my way to work, I needed to get this video out in the event that the rapture does happen while I'm at work. Let me show you this real quick. Remember, Jesus said, "Are there not 12 hours in the day?" Lazarus dies. He sits still for 2 days. Nobody can ever explain why. The reason why is because when Lazarus died on March 16th, March 17th was the head of the year. It was Rosh Hashanah. It is a 2 day feast. The Feast of Trumpets is a 1 day feast. The Feast of Trumpets began on, where to go? Right there in yellow, September the 15th. There The reason for the rapture, well, the reason for the rapture is to get us out of here before trouble hits the bride, but it's also to bring Israel to jealousy. Now, how do you bring Israel to jealousy when you conduct a rapture on the day that the actual day that it's supposed to happen, which is September the 15th? When you do the count, the exact count, biblical count, from March 16th, March 17th, and then you put in every number you can find in the Bible, and they all land perfectly on this timeline. And I'm not promoting the timeline. What I'm trying to say is, in spite of the timeline, God is going to use Israel's Feast of Trumpets. Israel is our timepiece. So I thought that they were going to call Feast of Trumpets on the second, maybe the third, but they haven't called it yet. They haven't seen the first sliver. And I'm looking at the numbers, and it shows that there is a 21-day delay. It's inclusive. Though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not tarry. Are we in a period of a 21-day tarry where, was it Michael or Gabriel? I don't recall. They were held up by the Prince of Persia, and then they finally showed up to where they were supposed to go 21 days earlier. So I think we're in this 21-day tarry, and I think war has broke out in heaven. That's why we're seeing all of these events take place on Earth, massive hurricanes that, I mean, 300 miles inshore did that kind of damage. We've never seen that before. A solar flare just popped off, the biggest they've ever seen in I don't know how long. Could it be a Carrington event where it disrupts all of the power on Earth so that when the rapture occurs, nobody can communicate with anybody, so nobody actually knows what the event was, and then they can uh, get a hold of the how do you call that when the narrative, they get a hold of the narrative and say, no, it wasn't a rapture, it was this or it was that, so there's all kind. And then of course Israel just struck Russia's base, which is incredible. That just brings Russia, the hook in the jaw right into this conflict. Israel's bringing everybody into the conflict, which is exactly what the Bible told us would happen. So earthquakes are going off the chain. It's crazy that one plate is getting more. The plate where on the east side of it is California, the California shelf, and on the other side of it's Australia and all of those other countries over there. And it's just amazing that all it's going to take, and they've spotted big chasms in California and Mexico where it appears as though the land is separating. It's because that plate is under the North American plate, and it's about to slide right off of there. And when it does, the waves and the seas will be roaring. Men's hearts will be failing for fear for what's coming on the earth. There's going to be a physical explanation for people to believe the lie and not know. And like I said, the narrative, they will get a hold of the narrative and make up every story under the sun. There will be experts on television after the power comes back on going, no, it wasn't a rapture. It was the flare was the biggest we've ever seen, and it vaporized people, or nuclear war, or the earthquake. There'll be so much catastrophe going on. Look at North Carolina, where all this is going on. There's no communication going on over there right now. Everything's down. These people are isolated, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They'll pick themselves back up, and the narrative will be, all these events took place. They don't know where all the people went. Hey, let's count everybody, give everybody a mark, so that we can make sure this event doesn't happen again, and people are going to fall for that lie and line right up. So what are we looking at? We're going to go forward here to October the 5th. October the 5th will be the 21st day. Do they spot, what day is today? It's the 4th. I believe by tomorrow night they're going to spot this moon. I just listened to Brett over at God's Land Down Under. He's great because he's on an opposite time schedule, so he makes all of his videos. So when I get up, I get to listen to them all. And so when the sun, when they see the moon over there in Israel, it's still earlier for us, but for him it's later. But 21 days, could that be what the 21 days were, the Terry? So I'm putting this together now. I've got Bible verses I want to go over on my electronical device, on my phone, when I get off work, and show you more about this if we're still here. That's why I said I wanted to get this video up, because it appears as though if they do spot the sliver, and this is, of course, Israel's our timepiece, then this rapture that we've been so longing for and waiting for so long could finally happen. And so we will chat with you again later.